So, good evening. Welcome, welcome. Just need to fire my flight plan real quickly. And here we are in good old Stuttgart in this beautiful livery here. So, 32, that's fine, just filing the
Welcome
flight
aboard the
plan.
Captain Black Box Twitch channel subscriber experience. Could new subscribers please
Hey,
make your way to
Alphabetico
the
here
first
in the
class
house as
cabin,
well.
where complimentary drinks, snacks and premium flight entertainment will be served. Thank you.
Alphabetico, thank you so much. Buenas noches, how are you, my friend? I hope you're doing good. 66 months. And Megas previously came in with a resub as well. Let me just play that. See if that works. There it is.
Welcome aboard the Captain Black Box Twitch channel subscriber experience. Could new subscribers please make your way to the first class cabin, where complimentary drinks, snacks and premium flight entertainment will be served. Thank you.
Megas, thank you so much.
Enjoy your time off, Captain.
I will. So Megas, thank you so much for all of your help in the last couple of weeks with all the setups and so on. Yeah, and I was happy to see you getting into a proper flight sim rig or sim rig as well. Arthur, very well. Well, finally, after
Welcome
pretty
aboard
much
the Captain Black Box Twitch channel subscriber experience.
someone
Could new
else.
subscribers please make your way to the first class cabin, where complimentary drinks, snacks and premium flight entertainment will be served. Thank you.
Enjoy your time off, Captain.
Thank you so much. There's Megas coming in as well with the resub, so I think it played double here, but never mind. But at least I can hear the announcements as well. Megas, can you hear is the sound okay? So can you hear the announcement, or was there an echo with the announcements? Just to make sure that I have the right settings. Yeah, it's fine. Fantastic. Cool. So let me just say hello to Andreas, Danny, Washi, Andre, Captain Mitchell. Danny says, hope you had a nice 5-day rotation at work. Well, maybe I'll tell you a little bit about it during the flight, but it was stressful. Let's put it this way. Malik, hello to you as well. You're bored in the office, lol. Thank you so much for watching. Hey, Oliver. I'm doing well. Yeah, I'm finally time to relax a little bit. Yeah, so Captain Mitchell, I read about the custom VNAV model in the fly-by-wire mod, but the weird thing is they said that's for the development version, but I'm running the experimental, so I guess the experimental that I've been flying, well, for some time now, probably already had that new VNAV function in it. So I'm not completely sure if there's anything new for me in the experimental version. So let me just get the overlay working. Fantastic. So on Twitch, let me welcome yeah, Megas, thank you so much. Arthur, welcome, and Pod, Johnny, affirming, Cassiopeia, nice to see you too. Jeremiah, I hope you're doing well. Jeremiah, maybe you're gonna join later with the Norway tour, who knows? Garden data, is it really that strong? What's the wind like in Berlin? It's not too bad right now. That's weird. Okay. Yeah, so Danny, so the stress came from a lot of different issues. So we had a lot of changes in rotation, more destinations. So that's one thing, weather issues. And I actually had a very stressful moment that actually I will tell you about during the flight, going to Salzburg. Yeah, it's kind of typical for what happens sometimes when you least realize it. And you know, you feel nice and relaxed, and you think everything's going well until something, until you get some information that, uh-oh. Hey Lee, nice to see you. Good wie geht's dir? So just checking everything's off. There we go. So here comes the ground power. Let's fire it up. Daniel, hello to you. So we are on VATSIM, and I'm a bit worried because I don't see anyone else around, because Stuttgart has ground, tower. Yeah, so they should be online. Oh, look at those clouds. Wow. Well, weather is a little bit mixed, so it's a mixed bag. I think up in Hanover it's going to be all right. Maybe a little bit of rain showers, but... Oh yeah, and yesterday I had another weird experience at Frankfurt regarding weather, which I could tell you about as well. It's one of those experiences where, you know, you have your theory and everything seems to be, you know, really well organized, and you know, you feel like there's rules, regulations, and so on. And suddenly, you get into a situation where you kind of wonder what the theory is all about, if in practice it doesn't work. Yeah, I'll let you know all about those things later in flight. Let me just have a look here. Okay, so that's going to be reversed later on, F2. So that's fine, although I need to do something here, control. Aaron, nice to see you too. How are you doing? So I'm going to... This should be all right. I mean, I don't think I have a separate one for the fly. Oh, I do actually, fly by wire. I guess that's because of sensitivity settings. And here, do I have fly by wire? Oh, I do actually. Yeah, okay. Oh, right. Let's take that then. Cool. Fantastic. Nice. I'm the only one here. How can that be? Stuttgart. I've been here in real life not too long ago. So, yeah, it's a cute little airport, and not too complicated. Right, let's go ahead. Let's go ATSU, select AOC menu, init. Let's request the init data. Here we go. So Condor 71 Bravo, Stuttgart, Hanover. It's 46 minutes en route. Oh, really? Hang on. Oh, you're right. Good catch. Good catch. Good catch. Good catch. Thank you much for that. Yeah, Captain Mitchell. Fantastic. Thanks for... Yeah, that's a typo on my side. Yeah. Brilliant. Thank you much for that. Right, it feels like it's been ages since my last stream, and I think actually it was. So apologies for not being able to stream, but at the moment, at least for me, I can say that, yeah, we're flying a lot lately. So a lot of stuff to do, a lot of flights to do, and the flights themselves are incredibly full. Which is nice. I mean, you know, it's better to have nice full flights than empty flights. But that also brings issues sometimes where these full flights cause delays. Simply give an example, we had a 320 CEO fully booked to Italy, and then the boarding process just took ages because of the hand luggage issue, which I do understand. I understand that people are worried about losing their luggage, and if you fly to a destination where you actually have people then continuing onto a cruise ship, they are very likely to be taking their important luggage with them as hand luggage. And that means, of course, heavy hand luggage, big hand luggage, and then causing issue with trying to safely stow that on the cabin. And weirdly enough, hello MCK, weirdly enough, that caused us like 30-45 minute delay, which is frustrating. Okay, so Roderick, actually, I actually did. So I do follow all the news, coming around or evolving around all these add-ons. So I do follow that, but I am very strict when it comes to which add-ons to actually get and spend time learning procedures and so on. So, for example, with the ATR, I didn't bother because I know that the ATR isn't really my cup of tea. So the question is, why would I get an add-on which I know that I'm not going to really fly too often? But the E-Jets, yeah, I did follow the E-Jets a little bit, and I will admit, people seem to be positively surprised with that add-on. So maybe I will have a look at it. No promises yet, though. What about putting some kind of AirTag into your luggage? Even allowed? Yes, it is allowed. So when the AirTags kind of got more and more attention last year because so much luggage was lost, there was some people coming out saying, "Oh, you're not supposed to put that into your flight or into your checked-in luggage because they have lithium batteries in them, which are not allowed, strictly speaking." But it only took a couple of, like 1 or 2 weeks, and then the airlines came out and said, "Hey, it's no problem. It's a small battery. It's nothing, critical in that." And to be fair, imagine how many kind of batteries you have with you. Be it in your electric toothbrush, be it in razors, etc., etc. So, having a little lithium battery in that AirTag is not a problem. So they did say it's allowed, and actually I have one in my suitcase. Yeah, AirPods, whatever. So many things. Yeah. Could you explain the fuel page on the OFP? What do you fill in on the blanks on the right hand side? Here, you mean? Yeah. So for me, these are. I'm not sure. Is that what you mean, Oliver? These lines here. Yeah, so what we do here on these, we fill in the times, so the estimated time over and the remaining fuel values, for example, for fuel check. Where the fuel figures below below the plan. You mean here? What, here? Well, I guess I could enter the actually used values. Here there is some more things regarding additional fuel. But here, yeah, you could simply just, record the values that you actually had used. We don't do that though, because that's electronically recorded for us and automatically sent off. So okay. Well, Roderick, the thing is, one thing I heard was it's still incomplete, isn't it? That Embraer. So I'm not sure how well the VNAV works, holding and so on. Yeah, Oliver, pleasure. Thoughts on the usefulness of EASA ATPL's exams? You mean like test exams, Stefano? So practice exams. Right, we've got Bremen as alternate. We need 900 kilograms for that. And it's a flight time, we said 46 minutes. Quite a high zero fuel weight, but the landing weight is at 67.4 because we are flying a Neo, so that's pretty high. Takeoff weight is 79 tons, that's crazy. Right, and then let's have a look. Let's go, actually, let's go to over panel first. Let's set everything up here. I'm just trying to think whether I'm going to bother with GSX or not. No, I probably don't. Yeah, because we've got a taxi out position anyways, so you meant how much certain theory learned during ground schools actually. Oh, very little, Stefano. I know authorities don't like hear that, but there is so much theory that is just gonna remain theory. So a lot of stuff that you learn for the ATPL, you will not come across again later. So I don't know how much, you know, percentage-wise. Excuse me. By all the positions, are you joking? Like, you've got 50 positions here. Thank you. Oh, I think someone is trolling me there. Oh, that was you, Aaron. Okay, no worries, Aaron. I just thought, you know, you can't be serious. Oh, right. I can't, can I? Oh, that's not movable. Okay. Oh, anyways. Yeah, Danny, it is, right. So yeah, not that much, just actually being, you know, useful for you as a professional pilot later on. I'll give you another little example, because I'm just seeing the lighting here, guys. Okay, so, okay, I'll tell you the first story that got us into a little bit of trouble. We had an aircraft we were supposed to fly to Salzburg in the evening, and the scheduled flight lands. Hey, Pineapple Wizard, how you doing? The scheduled flight lands at 11:45 in the evening in Salzburg. That's the schedule. Now we had some weather during the day, and the aircraft that we were supposed to fly to Salzburg had a bit of delay coming in. So we drove out, and we were on the apron position near runway 18, so that's fine. So a short taxi out, but we took over the aircraft, and I got a call from the gate. So I was busy talking to the gate staff regarding coordination, when to send out the passengers, and the captain that handed over the aircraft was talking to my first officer, and I didn't hear quite what they were talking about. And then once I finished my call, the captain said, "You know, I've got to go and catch my flight to Tunis." I told the first officer about the technical issue, which shouldn't be a problem. Blah blah blah. No, oh yeah, right. So we got onto the flight deck. And so I said to the first officer, what's the technical issue about? And he said, well, it's the lighting here, the flood lighting. So the flood lighting was working. It was just this part which wasn't working. And so the first officer, the captain said it's no issue though, it shouldn't be a problem. And I was like, well, hang on. It's the standby lighting really for the lighting for the standby instruments. I can't imagine it not being an issue. Let me reconnect again. So I called troubleshooting. I said, "Hey guys, do you know? Give me a quick, reference on the standby lighting." They said, "Well, if it's the yes, MCK, exactly. If it's the lighting, the flood lighting over the standby instruments, it's a no-go item." And I said, "Oh, great. Well, then you got to send someone out, change the bulbs or repair it, because, you know, we've got to leave." Oops. We've got to leave like in 30 minutes. And so it took a while for them to come out. And once they were there, they opened the panel and they tried to fix the lighting. The problem was, it was an old aircraft, yeah, and MCK already got the right hunch there. It's an EIS-1 aircraft. And yeah, I wish I had Alt L for that, yeah. But it took them ages to get it fixed. Luckily, they did get it fixed in the end. But of course, that caused more delay. And then finally, we got going, and then we took off, flew our departure route, had to avoid some thunderstorms on our way to Salzburg. And then, you know, we looked at the ETA, and it was like 23:02 local time. All right, so 17 minutes behind schedule. And we were like, yeah, you know, shouldn't be a problem, blah, blah, blah. And then the Munich controller, hey, Tishke, how you doing? The Munich controller said suddenly to us, hey, what's your estimate for Salzburg? And I was like, so I was pilot monitoring. I said, well, 23:02, why? He said, well, you've got to be land there latest 23 local because of night curfew. And I said, nah, I'm sure that's not an issue there. And he said, well, I'll call the tower in Salzburg just to make sure. And I said, yeah, please do that. And I wrote to my ops center, Telex, and said, hey guys, can you check the night curfew time? And so they came back. The controller came back first, and he said he just talked to the tower controller. You have to land at 22:59 minutes and 59 seconds. And so I replied, you're joking, right? Because, you know, so, you know, you can't be serious, right? It's a joke. So the tower controller, he says, no joke. He needs you to land. Yeah, exactly. So we scrambled and put in Max Kostenex, barber pole flying, and we got the time down. But the problem was we were already cleared inbound to Salzburg VOR, so there wasn't really much we could do to shortcut anymore. So it was just a high-speed descent where we could pick up some time. And then all we got, what it got it down to was 23:01. No joke. 23:01 was the best we could do. And so then I started sweating, and I said to my ops center, you know what? They talked to the tower, and they said, yeah, 2300 touchdown. Otherwise, we're gonna have to divert. And they said, yeah, they're aligned with the tower, but it doesn't look good. And so, okay, so what? You know, where shall we go? What alternate? And because we had fueled, we had done some tankering, so fuel was not the issue. And they said, well, go to Munich if you can't make it. And so I said, all right, Munich it is. So I already put a secondary Munich. And my first officer, he was really good. He was flying so fast. But the issue is, below level 100, you are in uncontrolled airspace. You have to take the speed out to 250. It's just nothing. If anything goes wrong there, you know, so you're not going to go and take any risks just in order to make that time. I know it's serious, but you still have to fly, you know, according to the rules. So yeah, so we were really sweating, and we got another shortcut. So what we did do is get a shorter lineup. We delayed the configuration, so we literally went almost clean onto the glide, then just, you know, got flaps 1 speed brakes out, gear down, flap 2, flap 3, and we did a flap 3 approach, and I called up the GPS clock because that has the most accurate time. So I called up GPS clock, and we were literally at 200 feet when we had 10 seconds left, right? So I thought, well, we're not going to touch down before 2300 because that's pretty much no-go. That's not going to happen now. So I thought, if he really calls out go, I was thinking, like, I was looking outside, I was like, I could just imagine now in 50 feet the lights go off, right, tower closed, everything's dark, right, and you have to go around. No, I'm not joking. So we touched down at 23:00:02. So we were 2 seconds late, but we got the landing clearance and we touched down. And so we just set that quiet. We taxied off, and the controller said, "Well done. According to my clock, it was 23:00. So well done." So I said, "Thank you much, sir." Yeah, I have the same time on my clock. So in the end, he didn't look at the seconds. He said, "Well, 2300. That's good enough for me." So yeah, it's literally, it was that close. And so actually I asked him, I said, would you have closed the tower? And he said, yeah, I have to. Right, local regulations, if you don't have a special permission, which has to be applied for prior to the flight, if you don't have official allowance, they close. They don't give you landing clearance anymore. Yeah, declare emergency, not that easy, because if you start declaring emergency, you're going to have the authorities come to the aircraft and then start an investigation. So, you know, it's not as if you could, that's not an option. So yeah, that was, but the thing is, so here's the thing. I was a bit disappointed with the colleague handing over an aircraft that had a no-go item. So for me, I mean, that's my kind of approach to things. If there's something broken with the aircraft, and you know, with a certain experience, you know which things are absolutely, you know, not important. So like a coffee maker or something, right? But if it's like a lighting or something, hey Voyager, moin. If it's lighting in the cockpit especially, I will always contact troubleshooting and get their advice on you know, on how important this is. So I would have already in the air prior to landing would have called maintenance, and so they would have been there at the aircraft by the time we were on blocks. So a lot of time could have been saved. So it was kind of unnecessary to get us into that corner. Runway 07. So that's for me again, a nice kind of story to remember. You know, don't take these things, you know, too easy. Always check, and you know, even if you think it may not be that important, who knows? You know, there's so much stuff here in the flight deck. It's a complicated machine, and so you don't always know exactly, you know, what needs to be working, what you can, you know, do an MEL on. So kind of defer. Yeah, but that was a tiring experience, because on that day we were flying, that's the 4th sector we were doing, and we were tired. So having to then divert, no. Oh yeah, I did announce the technical issue. I said, yeah, we have an issue with cockpit lighting. It's a floodlight that needs to work. So I did tell them that. No, I don't think anybody was upset. I mean, if I say as a captain, if I say it's something that has to work, why would they, get upset about it? They have 09s in use, so we're going to go with ILS 09 right, and then it's going to be the Vera arrival. So we're going to take the 2 Romeo, and it should be, just check that. Yeah, Danny, also true. It wasn't a major delay. I mean, what's 10-15 minute delay these days? It's not much, is it?
Please make your way to the first class cabin, where complimentary drinks, snacks and premium flight entertainment will be served. Thank you.
Hey Captain Black Box and chat. 70 months right now. They passed like a short flight, smiley face.
Brendel, thanks so much for the... Oh, I have to look. 70 months. Good God. 70 months, Brendel. Thank you so much, and looking forward to the Norway tour later on. Thank you so much. I was going to put Robeck in here, wasn't I? So let's insert that. Thank you, Brendel. I hope you're doing well. So that's going to be there. Vera, Robeck, fantastic. So we'll go straight onto the ILS. Brilliant. Nice. Yeah, Captain Mitchell, you know, it's one of those things where I sit there as a captain and I'm like, you know, an Exp-Version has kind of cost us so much now. That literally it was, you know, it was 2 seconds. 2 seconds. And that could have caused, you know, costs in excess of 10,000 euros or 20,000 euros, depending on how many passengers you have on board. So, yeah, but again, it's something I don't have to have too often, to be fair. Something I could do without. Right, let me prepare the fix info here real quickly. So we need NDP 2 2280 and engine out is going to be 2900 072 degrees. 072 degrees, 20 miles. 20 miles, sorry. So init A page, B page. We are expecting 63 tons. Oh, it needs the values there. All right, let me put 30 in there as well. Initially, block fuel. Let's have a look here. Oh, Brennan, yeah, Brennan. Also, I loaded all the necessary airports today, so that should all be great. So, instant refueling complete, payload, load. Instant, begin boarding, and now that should be all.
Welcome aboard the Captain Black Box Twitch channel subscriber experience. Could new subscribers please make your way to the first class cabin, where complimentary drinks, snacks, and premium flight entertainment will be served. Thank you.
Okay, we'll take that then. It doesn't matter. Grim, thank you much for the 13 months. Grim, how are we doing? Well. No, so tuning, Johnny. I have not tuned my rudder pedals. I just try to get used to the sensitivity. It has to do with the ground friction model in Microsoft Flight Sim. So if you do want to tweak that, you're gonna have to try that yourself. But I've not set anything different on the sensitivity. So I'm going to put 800 kilogram alternate fuel, about 24 minutes extra. Flight plan says we have 260 miles and we should have 255. So the track mileage is good. That's fine. That adds up. And secondary is not working yet. So in the AB flight plan RATNAV page. For departure, we're preparing the Okiba 4 hotel. Oh, hang on. What VACDM? How do I get that? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, MCK. Right. So, so in case you are wondering what they are on about, So that's the VACDM. So right now we've got TOBT 1740. So actually we've got to go soon. Oh no, there's Okiba for hotel. So I need to change the TOBT here. So let me change that to 1750. And then it says wait for TSAT. So that's what normally our dispatch or what our station does, or the ramp agent does. So yeah, there we go. So now we've got new TSAT time, target startup approval time of 1750. So that's fine. Okiba for hotel. So that's correct. That's really cool there. Thanks for the tip on that. Much appreciated. Good. Then let's go and find our departure route. Stuttgart SID. There it is. Let's pin that. And I'm going to go to daytime. Oh, are we on lifetime? Hold on. Are we on lifetime? There we go. That's lifetime now. So the departure route takes us intercept 072 to 9.8 Stuttgart, and then turn left 354, and then proceed via Notka 352 Okiba. Initial climb 5,000. So 5,000 it is, and the QNH is 1013 as a matter of fact. 13 degrees, yeah, that's all good. Anything that we can put into the RATNAV? Yeah, we'll put Stuttgart because it does refer to Stuttgart radio 072 9.8, and it's a conventional SID. It's probably an overlay departure, so yeah, let's go down here. It always catches me out here in the sim. So Okiba for hotel, that's the overlay chart. So the overlay means you're going to have waypoint names instead of the 7.2D me and so on. So right now we fly this overlay 1700 feet, then go to Delta Sierra 035, Notka and Okiba. Let's have a look here. Notka, Okiba, there we go. So that's correctly programmed. When's the last time that you've used an HSI in the sim, the A320? Yeah, with some system failures. It doesn't happen often, but I think because I do flight sim a lot, you know, and you have the HSI display available on the A320. I don't find that too unusual to use. Oh, then are the new lights? Is that the new lighting actually here in the fly-by-wire mod? Right, just make sure I have my filters in here as well. Good. So last thing to do, we don't have a takeoff calculator yet. So there was the 320 Neo calculator. Is that on a website again, or do I have that somewhere available here? Oh, it's SimSmart, isn't it? It's called SimSmart, I think. Hold on. Where is it? Oh God. Ah. Still loading. Right. So let's try that. Stuttgart, okay. Runway 07. Get METAR. Dry is fine. Anti-ice off. Takeoff weight. So what are we weighing? Yeah, that's fine. You know, if you get some values that make a little bit of sense, then why not take it? So we've got 67.2, so around about 67 tons. So 67 tons. There's a short taxi time. So let me put 67.1. CG. It's forward. It's more than 27, I would imagine. Hold on. Let me try that again here. CG is, ooh, that's very far back. 34.44. Blimey. There we go. So it's forward GG, flex, climb, config. I want to take config 2. The Neos normally get config 2. We'll put aircon off. All right, there we go. So we got config 2, flex 68, 146, 146, 146. Yeah, 2280, 2280, greened up to 20. Let's have a look. Yeah, nice. Okay, that's all right. Andre, on the Phoenix, you always force flaps 1. Does it give us the trim here? No. So we're going to have a look here. 34, pretty much 35. That's down 0.9. So flaps 2. I'm going to go down 0.9. Flex 67. Oh, 68 actually. 68. 146, 146, 146. Then we've got full length, and we set the acceleration 2280, 2280, engine out 2900. So going eastbound here in Stuttgart is actually better because you don't have that Weidacher Höhe, as we call it, hill. So it's a little bit better when it comes to the engine out case. So you can see if you go 2.5, you have that hill fairly close to the runway. So that's why climb gradients going westbound are a lot higher, the required gradients, compared to the ones going to the east. Good, so that's done. Diff rips, secondary doesn't work. I think we've pretty much done everything. So now the question is, do we get DCDU here or not? And it's 50, we need to go. Well, we have to be within the 5-minute time window. But nevertheless, let me have a look around. Yeah, it does have data link. So let's try this. Ground request, departure. How did I find that so easily? Usually I search for these things for ages normally. Hello? Lol. But it doesn't work. I'm pretty sure I still have that code in here. Let me just check. Let me go settings. Oh, hold on. Simbridge. Oh, yes. I need to do something here. I keep forgetting. Because I don't have that Simbridge running all the time. So let me just start that. Start. Let me try that again. That was not the issue. Atsu, there we go. Hoppy, yeah, it's all in. So Hoppy code is in. That's not the issue. Yeah, the key's still valid. Yeah. I mean, I can... Is there a way to check it? I mean, if I go to settings, ATSU, Hobby enabled, yeah, it is. So that is enabled. Hold on. That's Bravo. Oh! There you go. So you have to enter the ATIS code. There we go. So the gate position here is 46. Apron position. Transfer. And then page 2. Send. Right, let's send that off. Is it really? Is it broken in... Okay, that's weird though. Well, it has worked, so that's fine. No, you're not. I'm 46. What, you mean age or position? No, you're at 47 there. So, request is being processed. Stand by. Okay, that's already working. I like it. Well, that's already good. Yeah, that's true. He was on 46. Would you pick a different acceleration height, Oliver? If the calculations are all right regarding the engine out case, then I wouldn't. So we cleared PDC Frank Hanover off 07 Okiba 4 Hotel. Climb 5000, squawk 1000, 18.6. Startup 18.6 for the startup. All right, Wilco, send. So let's get
traffic of 8400, Reutler inbound following the Reutler 07.
There we go. It's received, confirmed. Nice, that works. Well done. Yeah. It said Charlie current. Let me check Charlie then. Good catch, good catch. So let's go departure Stuttgart. And there it is, Charlie. Let's print it. Yeah, sometimes the sceneries can be a bit weird. Yeah, you're right. So let's have a look here at Charlie. Any changes? It's 13 degrees, connection 1013. Right, I don't see any bigger issues there. Cool. So let's go.
November, contact tower frequency 118.8, good flight, bye. Oh, 188,
oh, that's... It doesn't have the option to set ground power off, does it? Oh, actually it does. Hang on. Have they fixed this? Or... Because I don't see the external power actually being on or connected here. Stuttgart ground or delivery. Hello from Condor 71 Bravo is fully ready. Information Charlie.
Condor 71 Bravo Stuttgart ground. Thursday confirm ready for taxi.
No, sorry, just ready for startup.
Condor 71 Bravo, what's the startup?
Thank you much. Call you when ready for taxi. Condor 71 Bravo. So he's a bit quiet for me. Let me just check the sound settings.
Stuttgart Ground, guten Abend. Übrigens, Takeoff, X-Ray, stand 12 info Charlie on board, request clearance to Bremen.
Übrigens, Takeoff, X-Ray, Stuttgart Ground, good day. Information Charlie is cleared. Cleared to Bremen, Okiba for hotel departure, flight cleared route, climb 5,000 feet.
How is ATC for you guys? Is it better or is that?
Eurings Takeoff X-ray cleared to Bremen Champion Board to Kieler 4 Hotel. Climb initially via the 5,000 feet and squawk 1,000.
Eurings Takeoff X-ray, is that correct? Good evening, Lufthansa 120 Bravo, stand for
A bit too loud.
Request startup. Lufthansa 120 Bravo, startup is approved. Startup approved, Lufthansa 120 Bravo.
Thank you, Flying Doctor. How are you doing? Yeah, okay, so yeah, the thing is with ATC, I can't, if I boost the ATC controller loudness, then everything will get louder. So it's not that I can simply dial up the controller itself. So anyways, quick departure briefing. Takeoff runway 07, Okiba 7 Hotel, cleared 5,000. Here, so man, I should have printed that out. That's message record. So cleared. So cleared and climb 5,000. There we go. Yeah, cool. 5,000 feet. The MSA in this region is as follows. So we got 4,200 and then northbound 3,400. Extra fuel, according to the MCDU, we have about 800 kilograms, 24 minutes extra. Taxi out is not very complicated at all. So taxi out will be straight out, and then we will go via Oscar Kilo runway 07. Stop margin not critical, so long runway. I would say it's more than 500 meters, so it's not critical at all. And in case of engine failure, straight out runway track to 20 miles. Then we have the acceleration in 2,900 feet once the engine is secured. We continue to climb to about 4,000 feet radar vectors. We have 040 at 7, yeah, so we do need 07 ILS. And there's going to be a landing below max landing weight, currently weighing 67.2, 67.4 is the max landing weight, so we're below that. And let me enter a wind. Let's try that. That should be 144 at 40. Let's put 145 at 40. Level 320. There you go. Nice. Yeah, we'll put that in later. That is fine. Right. Nothing non-standard. Nothing non-standard and specials. Yeah, we're on Neo, so MCK is already referring to the 3-minute warm-up time, although Neo should be 5 minutes, including the engine oil temperature. So that's what we got to. Are we in leaps today? I thought we're Neos. Is there an option to put in leap? Is it always leaps, or is it? Can you choose? Oh, it's only leap. Okay, disregard. 3 minutes in. All right, so 3-minute warm-up time. Anything else? No threats. Weather. Nah, it doesn't look as if there's too many threats there, so that's fine. All right, then cockpit preparation checklist. We have gear pins covers removed. Fuel quantity is 4,400 kilograms balanced. Seat belts on. ADIRS. nav. And the bar ref QNH 1013. Check 3 times. That's the cockpit preparation checklist complete. Before start checklist. Parking brake. Set. Takeoff speed thrust 146, 146, 146, flex 68. Windows doors closed, and the beacon is on. And that's the before start checklist complete. We're clear for startup. So I'll call the ground. I would say ground from flight deck. Confirm engines are clear, and he would say yeah, clear to start. Oh, the squawk is. Just put that back on. What was the squawk again?
Wings 3 Golf X-ray.
I knew I should have printed that out. 1000, wasn't it? Yeah, 1000.
Wings 3 Golf X-ray started approved.
There we go. Righty, so now we got it. Engine start. To start. So we have a good engine start on 2. Let's start engine 1. Ah, I see Aaron is ready to start up as well. What do you mean ugly, Dan? They're not ugly. Well, I mean, it's in the what's it? How do you call it? It's in the eyes of the viewer or something. Okay, so I mean, not everyone will love the livery, but I would say it's definitely something that catches your eye, isn't it? The eye of the beholder. There we go. That's it. Thank you. Eye of the beholder. Cheers. It looks like a lolly. Well, it's supposed to be a towel. What app is that for? It's called Orbit. It's called Flow 42. It's made from.
Wings 3 Golf X-ray ready for taxi.
No, they're all supposed to be towels, just with different colors.
Kilo, 1.07 during Takeoff X-ray.
Is it called Flow 42? So flat 2. Flow 42 from Parallel 42, right? No, Parallel 42. That's the developer. It's called Flow. Those are socks. No. No. Alrighty. So. Arm that. Flight controls. Let's adjust the seat here. There we go. So full down, full up, neutral, full left, full right, neutral, rudder, full left. Full right neutral after start checklist. Anti-ice off, not required. Ecam status checked. Pitch trim. That's something I forgot to set, so it should be 34.3 or something. 30.8. Yeah, 34.8 is set, and rudder trim neutral, and that's the after start checklist completed. So I would say 1 minute's already passed, so we should be fine. Yeah, the ramp agent I would have said, or the ground staff would have said, clear disconnect, give a hand signal, and have a nice evening.
Ground, good day, taxi to stand 5 for via Hotel Mike.
Via Hotel Mike, to stand 5 for Helvetic 400.
Condor 71 Bravo, request taxi.
Condor 71 Bravo, taxi to holding point runway 07 via Oscar Kilo.
Oscar Kilo, holding point 07, Condor 71 Bravo. Right, as expected.
71 Bravo, correction via Oscar and India.
Oscar and India, holding point 07, copied, Condor 71 Bravo. So that will be a little bit of a shift, but long runway will take that. Normally we would have calculated India already just to make sure. Oh, hold on, brake check. I just lost something. One of the throttles. So from on my hardware, that thing has come off because it's only magnetic, and it for some reason it fell off.
Schönen guten Abend, Titel Leipziger 249er, requesting aircraft to unlock with information data.
Yeah, we will, Danny, normally we would calculate in this section that makes sense. So India does make sense in case you have traffic here that has a slot or something, so you can bypass.
Leipziger 249er is clear to you, Kiba for hotel departure, initial climb 5,000
Tower is
feet.
18.8. Flash that here.
171 Bravo, contact tower frequency 118 display, good flight, bye.
18.8, Dankeschön, tschüss, die Condor 71 Bravo. So that's really cool. We could just simply go tower, set active.
Okay.
When do you set the trim? Stuttgart Tower, evening, Condor 71 Bravo, ready in about 1 minute. Where's India? Condor 71 Bravo.
Condor 71 Bravo, where is the position in Stuttgart?
Holding short, India, runway 07.
Condor 71 Bravo, you are on the home frequency on Baden Tower, contact Stuttgart Tower.
Oh, so sorry. Contact Stuttgart Tower. Thank you. Oh, I pressed the wrong button there. No wonder he was confused. Hang on, give me 60 seconds. I need to get that throttle. Stuttgart Tower, good evening. Condor 71 Bravo, not ready yet.
Condor 71 Bravo, Stuttgart Tower, Roger, come ready.
Wilco, Condor 71 Bravo. So there we go. Now we are ready. Cool. There we go. Now we can go flying. So let's call the cabin. That goes max. That goes.
Flight 7018, willkommen in Stuttgart, taxi left on November and contact ground.
So taxi checklist. Flight controls checked. Flap setting config 2. Radar predictive imaging system on and auto. Engine mode set to normal. Economical takeoff no loop.
Bravo Tower, hallo nochmal. Confirm you ready? Hello, Fencer 120 Bravo negative. Roger, come in ready.
GG. And Condor 71 Bravo ready for departure.
Condor 71 Bravo, thank you. Wind 040 degrees, 7 knots, runway 07, clear for takeoff.
Runway 07, clear takeoff, Condor 71 Bravo. Right, so let's do the lineup flows. cabin crew prepare
Lufthansa 120 Bravo, ready for takeoff.
departure. Lineup checklist. Takeoff runway. 07 intersection India. TCAS TARA and PAX off.
Contact Bravo, please confirm your received DHS that you should contact 125050.
After departure 125050, copied Condor 7 Bravo.
Lufthansa 120 Bravo, same for you after departure 125050. After departure 125050, 120 Bravo, thanks. Lufthansa 120 Bravo, line up and wait, runway 07. Line up and wait, runway 07, correction, runway 07, Lufthansa 120 Bravo.
Apologies, Condor 7 Bravo, just confirm we're cleared for takeoff already.
Condor 7 Bravo, Alpha.
Thank you much, clear takeoff 07, Condor 7 Bravo. Right, I was kind of distracted there already. Then we'll go with that on, let's go. Oh, that reminds me, guys, there was a picture from Heathrow regarding lineup. I'll show you that later. Let me go there and take off. Manflex 68, SRS runway, all thrust blue. Audio, what do you mean? Yeah, there we go. Okay, switch it off. Thank you. V1 rotates. Pause the climb. Gear up. Enough. But the audio is okay now, is it? Thank you. Hey, Peter. Right, thrust climb, out blue, auto thrust, flaps 1, speed check, flaps 1, and pack 1 on. 125050. Stuttgart departure, good evening. Condor 71 Bravo, passing 2,700, climbing 5,000.
Twitch channel subscriber experience. Good new subscribers, please make your way to the first class cabin.
Climb flight level 140,
Complimentary
Condor
drinks,
71
snacks, and
Bravo.
premium flight entertainment will be served.
14,000, out blue. Pack
Good
2.
evening.
Good evening. Hang on, who was that? Hendrik. Thanks so much for the 31 months. Hendrik, flap 0, speed checked. Hope you're doing well.
Flight 1058, unfortunately no further ETC available.
Yeah, Captain Mitchell, exactly that. Yeah. There we go, nice. Good. Cabin is climbing, fantastic. 13 degrees still, so we're still fine on that. No constraints there. Beautiful. Right, set standard. Standard is cross-checked, passing 5-4 now. It looks like a lolly. Oh, come on. It's not that bad, is it? Either is it me or is it too bright? I have a feeling, you know, the lighting. That just seems a bit.
71 Bravo, proceed direct to Cockpit.
Direct to Cockpit. Dankeschön, die Condor 71 Bravo. Wow, that's a nice direct. Cockpit, there it is. Hang on, there is a Cockpit. Cabine. Not implemented now. Direct. Open climb. Well, let's go back to climb. Climb out blue. Back to nav. It screens brighter than the sun. Oh, those clouds today.
Stuttgart departure, good evening, Lufthansa 120 Bravo, passing
Nice.
please.
Lufthansa 120 Bravo, lange guten Abend, identifier climb flight level 140.
Climb flight level 140, Lufthansa 120 Bravo.
Contact 7 Bravo, unfortunately no further ATC available, want to use the code 122.8, have a nice flight, bye-bye.
Ja, Dankeschön für den Service. 122.8. Gute Nacht, die Condor 71 Bravo. Also, just want to check the audio. So yeah, this should be loud enough. Yeah. Aaron, maybe you could give me feedback. Aaron, is my voice on VATSIM all right? Is it too quiet, too loud, or just right? I'm going to leave the signs on for now because there could be some turbulence here. Look at that. Sounds great. Fantastic, Aaron. Thanks for feedback. It's kind of weird because you never hear yourself on the frequency. So you see what I mean? This is... I don't know why the displays are so bright now. Because I've dimmed them down almost to 0. So... that's kind of weird. Microsoft issue. Ah, beautiful. All right, so we're going to continue climb here. Let's go 320. It'll be filed. So we've got thrust climb out to 320. Look at those clouds. Wow. That is pretty impressive. Now, normally, in real life, in reality, I would be somewhat worried about such a cloud. I don't think I would actually fly into that because that looks to me like a big thunderstorm, or like a CB. So, you know, with the ambers. So I would definitely divert around it and not go through it in real life. Yeah, Danny, I think so too. Yeah. I think so too. Exactly. If there's no weather radar, there's no weather to worry about. I agree. Let's go. Secondary does not implement it yet. RatNav clear. And flight plan fix info clear as well. Let's see if we get some turbulence. Little bit of wing flex. Not much though. I'm gonna dial the sim sounds down a bit. I think it's a bit too much already. So there's a traffic ahead of us, about 40 miles almost. What's the risk of flying into it? Well, the biggest risk is obviously turbulence and hail. So if you think about, or lightning strike as well, obviously. So if you think about damaging the aircraft, it's hail and lightning strikes. If you talk about risk to passengers, it will be turbulence. That's the risk of flying into a thunderstorm. So, so when you set the trim, do you actually estimate the position of the CG on the trim wheel or take? No. So what you do normally, Captain Mitchell, when you set the trim, you go into the fuel prediction page, you check the CG there, which you have already checked prior with the load sheet, and then you set it according to the trim wheel. So the trim wheel is master, the indication here is secondary. Yeah, there is. Yeah, but isn't it too strong? So Andreas, I think I tried realistic, and it's not realistic. It's overdone. That's not how turbulence works in real life. Ben says fuel prediction page doesn't give correct numbers for fuel. Yeah. Flight plan page is a better page for that. Okay. So 2.7 estimate and fuel prediction. All right. Fine. Okay, cool. No, so when we get the load sheet MCK, what we do is on the, well, you know that, on the init page, init B page, we enter the zero fuel CG. The aircraft will then calculate the takeoff CG, but the first officer will take the aircraft CG and check the trim setting to what we have in the performance calculator, just so make sure that it adds up. Ah, coming out the tops here, 24,000. Not that high as the tops. Yeah, so to repeat again, we get the zero fuel CG, we enter that into the init B page. The first officer will take the load sheet CG, check it with the trim wheel, and then the setting up down. Check that with the performance calculator, make sure that adds up, that we didn't have a typo somewhere, or we entered some wrong values. And then after engine start, we take the CG on the fuel prediction page. So the actual then, or the calculated takeoff CG, and I'll check the takeoff CG here, make sure it's set correctly. Hey, forward, good it. Oh, that reminds me, for tomorrow, I'm hoping tomorrow I may be able to showcase another nice new feature on the FSI panel. The developments in the FSI panel are really amazing. And, because I've just seen forward here. What do you mean muted? No, I'm not muted. Because there has been a lot of... No, there has been a lot of requests by the community, so the customers from the FSI panel, and they wanted to have something to practice flying with ATC, but not have any failures. So JP, the developer, has made some fantastic stuff, and yeah, I don't want to spoiler too many things, but yeah, it would be nice to hear the results tomorrow. Yeah, so I'm hoping to showcase it tomorrow evening in tomorrow's stream. Hey, 777 Sebos. Martin, are you happy? He asked, are you happy with the Whirlpool deal? Yeah, I am. So the Whirlpool is the collective, the helicopter collective. So I've got the. It's the. Oh, I always have to look up which ones I got, so that I don't get these things wrong. Oh, it's got a 10% sale at the moment. So it's the VPC Hawk 60 Collective Grip in combination with the VPC Rotor TCS Plus base. Yeah, so that's the one I got, and that is good quality, absolutely. It's really strong. It's not plasticky or anything like that. It's really, really strong and very fine. You can really, you know, really fine-tune the collector for that. It's really nice. The wing gear, I don't have the collector from the wing but I have the F16 grip, so the throttle grip, which is also nice. It's good quality. So I would say in the region of the Warthog from Thrustmaster. Hey, Kitman.
Welcome aboard the Captain Black Box YouTube channel subscriber experience. Could new subscribers please make their way to the first class cabin where complimentary drinks, snacks and premium flight entertainment will be served. Thank you.
Kitman, thanks so much for your support. 15 months, good evening to you. How are you doing? I hope you're well. Well, I mean, Martin, 10% doesn't sound much, but I mean, these hardware add-ons are not cheap, right? So I guess the high demand, here's 1,000 feet to go. Let's put this to vertical speed, Mac, out blue. So the prices are pretty hefty on some of these add-ons. Yeah, that's true, Danny. Yeah, I would need to mess about with the turbulence settings here in Microsoft Flight Sim. Yeah, so another interesting experience that I've just made coming into Frankfurt. So MCK will notice that as well. 2 days ago, yeah, I think 2 days ago, they had some pretty hefty thunderstorms in the afternoon over the UK, and we flew to Manchester, and so we had to kind of dodge quite some big thunderstorms there. Although Manchester was fine. And then we returned to Frankfurt. And Frankfurt, there was a frontal system with lots of rain a little bit west of Frankfurt. And ahead of the front, you had a very convective area. So you had continuously, isolated thunderstorms. So we did fuel, obviously, we had about half an hour extra fuel. And when we returned, we were in the descent towards Frankfurt, and then suddenly we saw on the latest ATIS, there was a special report. It said heavy rain, CB, and runway wet, and a pilot reporting braking action medium. So when we do our calculations for the landing, and the ATIS, that's the weird thing. So the ATIS was saying runway condition code 5, so runway wet. It didn't say contaminated, it just said wet. So when we do our landing calculations and we go and take the RCC 5, then we have a certain crosswind limit, we have a certain landing distance, then obviously that is corresponding to that. However, if a pilot reports medium braking action, we will take that one. It is more limiting, but you have to be careful with these pilot reports because it is subjective, and it depends on different aircraft types. So, maybe there was a light, small aircraft like a Canadair or something saying, it's medium. Then you got a larger aircraft that had a nice, solid touchdown and saying it's braking action medium good. But it kind of opened my eyes again. No, it doesn't, MCK. That's the thing. You see, if it were that easy, MCK, then I wouldn't actually mention it. That's the problem with it. The ATIS in Frankfurt didn't state that. So it says RCC 5, wet, and then in the text somewhere it says aircraft or pilot reporting at time such and such, and usually that's like half an hour old, right? So that's not even current. And so that's what I mean with, on one hand you have the theory with all these exact values like RCC4, RCC3, but through a 1 hour, or let's say 40-minute time frame, including like 4 special ATIS reports, it never ever said anything else than RCC5, runway wet while it was raining heavily. So yeah, MCK, that's the thing with theory and practice. That's what I'm trying to tell here. And that's where we pilots sometimes scratch our heads, because we have all this fancy theory, and then when it comes to these really tough situations, then suddenly something's not adding up to the theory. So they never measured the contamination, they never changed the RCT code, and so it was literally just pilot reports. And just to give you an idea, I mean, we calculated with medium poor for the braking action, and so we were actually limited pretty much to medium braking action. And then you come on to final, you talk to the tower, and the tower says, following reports by previous pilots, one pilot reporting braking action good, the next one braking action medium poor, the next one medium, the next one good. So you have all these different pilot reports, but you never have anything solid in the sense of empirically measured regarding how many millimeters of water or what RCC code. You know, that's the thing. That's the difference between theory and practice. That's what I'm trying to tell here. So let's go arrival. The fuel inert gas system, right? So I'm not sure if there's any other aircraft like Boeing aircraft that have that, but they take, hang on, just some A320s, they're retrofitted with a runway surface friction assessment in the ADDS menu. Yeah, okay, yeah, I heard that as well. Yeah. Oh, we've got to descend here as well. Blimey, it's fast here. Let's go 200 initially. I try to do the preparations while we go along here. So ATIS Hanover, print that. So we have information kilo, 09 left, 09. We're going to request 9 right. Currently wind 3504, so that's only visibility 10 kilometers, clouds broken 800, okay. There's no rain right now, although I would expect, well, it doesn't say runway conditions, so it doesn't say wet or anything. But I would, in that kind of condition, I would probably say it is going to be wet. Oh, stop flight level 240. 128750. Moin Bremen, die Condor 71 Bravo, passing 265, descending 240.
Condor 71 Bravo, Bremen radar identified, stop descent flight level 240, passing traffic at 230.
Yeah, we'll stop descend 240, Condor 71 Bravo. Right, so there we go.
Guten Abend, Bremen Center, Eurowings 2000, Hotel 180 with you.
Eurings 2000, Bremen radar identified, descent flight level 110, proceed direct Nienburg, November India Echo.
Descent flight level 110, proceed direct Nienburg, Eurings 2000.
Condor 71 Bravo, proceed direct Robeck.
Dankeschön, direkt Robeck, Condor 71 Bravo. Yeah, sorry, I'm a bit distracted. My wife just been asking me some stuff here. So, trying to get back.
Echo Whiskey, contact
Right, so
Bremen radar
progress.
123, decimal
Echo Delta Delta
225.
Victor 09.
Contact Bremen radar 123 225.
Right.
Das ist unser Takeoff, should talk now.
So we've got 71 miles, and we're leveling off at 240 at the start. No, so the,
Eurings 2000, contact Bremen
so
radar
the
131,
these are
decimal
fixed, so it
325,
reads the camera configs for each aircraft. So these are the ones which are available in the standard camera config file anyways. It just lists them on this app. That's all it does. The 310 is after this flight. So after this flight we'll go and fly the A310. Hey Goofy, good evening. Does the airplane have, yeah, you mean anti-skid system? Yeah, it does. The aircraft does have anti-skid, AFIRM. And the Cessna, yeah, 3 flights today, AFIRM. Right, regarding the inerting system for the fuel tanks, I have to talk about that on the ground, if that's all right. Otherwise, I'm going to be way behind. How's the VNAV? I'm going to try it out. I mean, it does show me being high in the profile now. And Condor 71 Bravo. Whenever you have, appreciate lower.
Bremen radar, good evening, Delta Alpha Hotel Sierra, Foxtrot, flight level 90, climbing 100.
Delta Alpha Hotel Sierra, Foxtrot, Bremen radar identified, flight level 240.
Climb flight level 240, Delta Alpha Hotel Sierra, Foxtrot.
Condor 71 Bravo, descent flight level 110, and send your request again.
Yeah, that was it. Just a descent request. Descending 110 Condor 71 Bravo.
Roger.
So we're going to go open descent.
Eurings 3 X-ray, flight level 250, inbound, Saarstedt.
Eurings 3 Golf X-ray, Bremen radar identified, turn left heading 300.
So I'm just dialing down the
Left 300, Eurings 3
VATSIM sounds a bit loud. Hey Stepke, nice to see you. Yeah, I am using reshade. Look at the clouds, incredible. Right, so we're going to use the info. So it says 4,400 feet high. Let me have a look at the. So the problem is it wants us to be rollback 80 or below. So it is probably from the star.
Eurings 3 Golf X-ray, proceed direct to Delta Whiskey 455.
Delta Whiskey 455, Eurings 3 Golf X-ray.
Although I'm not sure where it's getting that from. And Condor 71 Bravo is requesting runway 9 right in Hanover, please.
71 Bravo, Stop Island Zulu 09 right.
Expecting Zulu 09 right. Dankeschön, Condor 71 Bravo. So we're doing the ILS. Well, it doesn't have Zulu, it's just the 09. Why is it Zulu? Okay, so 09. Minimum is 380. Let's put that in. Man, it is a short flight. I didn't expect it to be that short. 15 degrees.
Eurings 3 Golf X-ray, descent flight level 110.
Descent 110, Eurings 3 Golf X-ray.
And the wind is 350 at 4. So that's all set, and I did want to do the landing calculation at least. So let's get the so that's it. Runway elevation.
So 120 Bravo Bremen radar identified. 2 feet direct of Robeck, descent flight level 110.
So Hanover, we're going to take the ILS 9 right, and so we need the elevation. It is, where is it?
Condor 71 Bravo, contact Hanover approach, 131.325, tschüss.
131.325, danke, tschüss, die Condor 71 Bravo.
Delta Alpha Hotel, Sierra Foxtrot, contact Maastricht data 131.375.
Hanover approach, good evening from Condor 71 Bravo. Information, Kilo on board, passing 144, descending 110.
71 Bravo, hello, identified, expect question, descent flight level 100 per kilo is correct, and the other preferred runway.
Yeah, descending level 100, and we would appreciate 9 right, Condor 71 Bravo.
Roger, expect 9 right.
Expecting 9 right, dankeschön. So we can see VNAV says we're 1,000 feet too high, and if I look at the track mileage, if it's straight in, we've got 44 miles. So that is about 13,000 feet, so it does add up. So that seems to be fairly logical. Heading 350, Condor 71 Bravo. Right, so we're going to get a shortcut here. So we're going to be ready for that. So that's all filled out. RatNav, we're going to take the speed brakes back in again. Zero. We'll take wet runway slope 0, available landing distance. So that is available. So we've got 2340 meters. Approach speed, let's put under 40, landing weight, flaps full, calculate. So we're going to have to take medium, low is going to be too much, so that's what the calculator spits out here. I'll start. I'm going to start reducing speed here to do some energy management.
Bravo, descend 5,000 feet, QNH 1014.
Descend 5,000, QNH 1014, Condor 71 Bravo. So let's set QNH. QNH cross check, passing 10,000 now, that is checked. 5,000, alt blue. Open descend. So what I'll do now is I'll check the distance to the runway center line, which is about just above 20 miles. So that's about 6,000 feet to lose. And then we are about a 10-mile final. So I think we've got 30 miles to go, which means I'm going to take the speed brakes out just a little bit so we can reduce the airspeed later on. But that does look all right regarding the path. So pixels the final descent point. We'll take that. Radial in is going to be 270. Oh, not yet implemented. Is it not yet implemented? Seriously? Okay. I'll just clear up Robeck. And this. There we go. Steinhuder Meer. Beautiful. So we should be coming over Wunstorf. There's the military airfield Wunstorf. A little bit under clouds there. So, speed brakes can go back in. I've got 15 miles, so we're good on the path. Perfectly fine. Alright. Let's put as well. Let's do that. Order it medium. RATNAV, I'm going to set Hotel Whiskey and the beacon there. 358, and I'll take Hotel Bravo Delta.
Bravo 10 right, heading 360, descend 3000.
Heading 360, descending 3000, Condor 71 Bravo. 3000, and we are going to have 10 miles, that's fine. So we'll look at the ILS chart again. So sector right now is 2,800 feet, starts at 3,000, pixel 8.9, ILS DME, 3-degree profile, minimum is Barrow 30 feet, and the missed approach will take us
120 Bravo Bremen, hello, identified information kilo is correct.
conventional then, 7.7 Hotel Bravo Delta, right turn to
Welcome aboard
Zastedt.
the Captain Black Box Twitch channel subscriber
better put that in.
experience. Could new subscribers please make your way to the first class cabin, where complimentary
And then we
drinks,
continue
snacks, and
outbound
premium
266
flight
back to
entertainment will be
Robeck, and we're going to
served.
climb
Thank
to
you.
4,000 feet.
Hello.
Hello. Who was that? Captain Danny, thank you much for the 28 months. Danny, thank you. I hope you're doing well. Cool. Nice, nice, nice. Let's go the last 1,000 feet with 225 knots. I'm going to go with vertical speed. So let's read off the modes here. Speed, vertical speed. Ah, look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. Fuse Aviation, good evening.
Bravo 10 right, heading 060, cleared ILS 9 right.
Heading 060, cleared the LS 9 right, Condor 7 or Bravo. So let's go 060. And then we're going to read off the modes. We've got glide slow blue, lock blue, cat through dual, autopilot 1+2. And the ILS is identified. That's Wunstorf. Again, they have the Airbus 400 stationed there. Lockstar. So the tower is 2175. Approach checklist. Barrow ref. Pitch 1014. Seatbelts on. Minimum Barrow 30 feet. Auto brake
Descend flight level 100 and prefer
is medium. Approach phase is active. Speed managed. Flaps 1. Speed is checked. Flaps 1. And the engine mode selector is normal. 17 degrees. Definitely no no engine anti-ice required.
Right there, 24 Charlie, sample 100.
So 8.9.
Bravo contact Hannover Tower 120 decimal 175. Happy landing.
120-175, schönen Abend, tschüss, die Condor 7-1 Bravo, danke. Flaps 2, speed is checked, flaps 2. Hannover Tower, guten Abend, die Condor 7-1 Bravo, ILS, non-right.
Condor 7-1 Bravo, Hannover Tower, good evening, number 2.
Copy. So 4,000, missed approach altitude is set. Let's put the gear down.
Delta Echo, Mike Romeo Zulu, early right turn.
Oh, Sapphire Wave, definitely, yeah. Flaps 3, speed is checked.
Delta Echo, Mike Romeo Zulu, early right turn.
So if we go about rule of thumb, with that landing weight and that brake setting, we need about 1,500 meters of landing distance. So here we got plus the 50%, so yeah, 1,800. So we still have a bit of buffer available.
2,000.
So 2,000. Let's check. Flaps full. Speed check. Flaps full. Landing checklist. Equilibrium landing. No blue. Landing checklist completed. Manual thrust. Manual flights. There's the runway. Wow, this flies so differently to the Phoenix. I don't know. Excuse me. I was just saying that it doesn't really apply to the react to the pitch inputs. Oh, if I press that twice, it reactivates. Lol. I'm used to doing double click on the autopilot button. How's VNAV? Well, I mean, I've checked it. Clear to land, 9 right, Condor 7-1 Bravo. I checked it this afternoon, and it's actually all right. It's getting better, yeah. So it is actually useful now. Hey, Airbus fan, how you doing? Okay, I haven't seen that video, no.
1,000.
1,000 is checked, was stable, clear to land. The wind is currently 100 at 5. It may go a little bit to the left. Yeah, there we go. Now it's turning a bit. It's not really anything major. It's just a little bit of a shift to the left. But 5 knots is nothing.
Mike Romeo Zulu.
Oh no!
One touch and go.
Why is that the standard scenery?
400.
You've got to be kidding me. Just
inside Delta Echo Mike Romeo Zulu.
300. 100 above.
Oh.
200. Minimum.
Continue. I have a payware scenery for Hanover.
100.
Right after touch and go. Join right traffic circuit. Runway 09 right Delta Echo Mike
50.
Romeo Zulu.
40. 20. Retard. Retard. 10.
Caution brake turbulence.
Right, spoilers. Oh, reverse green. And we've got brake medium decel. Close the reversers. Auto brake off. Yeah. Hey Mark, nice to see you. Hope you have a nice trip. Right, manual brakes. Let's take the next one to the left, Bravo. Man, that sucked. Why didn't I check the scenery? I literally thought I was here like only, 3 or 4 weeks ago, and I had a scenery installed.
Delta Echo Mike Romeo Zulu, wind 350 G, 0 for knots, runway 09 right, clear for touch and go.
09 right, clear touch and go, Delta Echo Mike Romeo Zulu.
Condor 7-1 Bravo, welcome to Hannover, contact Hannover ground on 121.950, bye bye.
Vielen Dank, 11950, Condor 7-1 Bravo.
Delta Echo.
Ground, da sind die Condor 7-1 Bravo, just vacated.
20.175.
Blocked Condor 7-1 Bravo, taxi to gate.
Condor 71 Bravo. Hannover ground, good evening. Taxi to gate 5 via
Good
Alpha,
night,
Charlie,
Black
and Alpha
Box.
1.
Via Alpha, Charlie, and Alpha 1 to stand 5. Thank you, Condor 7. No problem. Good night. Who says good night? Good night says Arthur Buenas noches.
Delta Echo Echo Kilo.
Thanks for checking in today. It was good to see you, Arthur. All the best.
Beim nächsten Mal, Sie haben bestimmt die Anweisung bekommen, vor Mike zu halten. Nicht auf Mike rollen, ohne Freigabe, ansonsten entgegenkommen. Verkehr. Rollen Sie weiter über Mike und auf
Stand 5. Good God.
Jetzt gerade kein Problem. Beim nächsten Mal könnte es halt nur sein, dass jemand entgegenkommt.
So Alpha 1. And stand 5. I hope I find the gate, because this is a standard airport. Good God. Hey Jambo, yeah, I know, right?
Delta Kilo, Mike, halt die Position. Delta Kilo, Mike, Sie haben Oscar verpasst. Nehmen Sie bitte zu Ihrer Rechten Papa und rollen zum Abstellplatz der allgemeinen Luftfahrt.
So that looks like 6. So 5. What was the next one? So
Good
theoretically
night,
this should
Black
be
Box.
5. Well, that says 8. 7. Okay. Well, we got to go with our scenery. I mean, if he's going to complain, then I'll say we got a standard scenery. Because that's 7, 6. So that was 9 then. The first one we saw. So let's have a look. 5A, and that should be 5. Alrighty, let's take this one. After landing checklist, radar predictive windshield system is off. After landing checklist completed. Well, I do see it, but the thing is, do I have the symbol? On the map here? No, I don't. So I roughly know where I am, but Iceberg, well, on the general map I do have a symbol. So on the airport map itself I do have it. So here you can see there's the symbol. Let's stop here. Parking brake is set. That is running.
KLM 26 Mike, push and start approved, facing east, Alpha 1.
Push and start approved, facing east on Alpha 1 KLM.
Use Navigraph. Oh, is that a new feature then? Oh, I think I know what you mean. You mean like this, and then you go and zoom in.
Ground, guten Tag, Number 6075, gate 58, request Alpha clearance to München.
Yeah, and then with Simlink running. Okay, I got you. Yeah, I got it. Cool. Yeah, that's a good idea actually.
Non-fly 6075, Hannover ground. Good evening. Information Kilo correct. Startup approved. Cleared Munich. Provel to hotel departure.
So there we go. Parking checklist. We have parking brake or chock. Parking brake is set. Then we've got the engines off, wing lights off, and the fuel pumps to go. Fuel pumps are off, and that's the parking checklist complete. Nice. Right. It's sometimes heavy on the system. Okay. So Aaron, I hope you had a good landing, unless he's behind me there. I need to set up the next flight quickly because it's already 9 o'clock.
Hannover ground, Delta Hotel Bravo Bravo.
So disconnect. Continue. Oh, okay, Aaron. Oh, good job. Yeah. So I'm quickly going to check whether or not I have the right sceneries. Something, there was a question still from someone. What was it? Oh, it was about the inerting system, wasn't it? Yeah, so the inerting system, something I haven't really covered here, have I? Or I've not really, you don't really come across that because there's no switch or anything for that. So the fuel tank inerting system is there to reduce the flammability of the vapors in the fuel tank. So what it does, it tries to filter out nitrogen molecules from the bleed air system, and then feed in that nitrogen into the fuel tank. Yeah, so it's not really anything the crew does. It's just there. It runs in the background, and it's just simply there to reduce the flammability of that those fuel vapors. So it's going to go for Brussels. So I have that installed. I just want to make sure that I have those sceneries installed. And Dublin, that's version 2 with the new runway. That's why I wanted to check that out. Cool. Give me maybe 5 minutes, guys. I will restart the stream in about 5 minutes. See you very soon. Thanks for all the support. Thanks for all the resubs. Stay tuned if you want to see me fly the rebuilt A320.